Let's look at using the Central Finance option in SAP Simple Finance. Using Central Finance, you can report on financial transactions sourced from different systems, which means it can be non-SAP environments as well as SAP environments, with some SAP environments running the classic GL version and some running the new GL version. So depending on whatever SAP environments you use, you can still source everything to Central Finance and also the non-SAP systems as well. So this allows reporting, especially for consolidation purposes, when you have both SAP and non-SAP systems having in one Central Finance journal, which will be replicated to the universal journal. Reporting and consolidation is much easier, so you don't need a separate consolidation environment. Then Central Finance runs on a dedicated SAP HANA Simple Finance environment, and all documents posted in Central Finance are coming to the universal journal entry table, which is the ACDOCA table. And Central Finance can be established on-premise or in the cloud. So it's very useful. For example, if you want to have a SAP migration to Simple Finance, but you have some legacy systems which you do not want to migrate at the moment, then you can have one set of SAP reporting with Simple Finance and have the legacy system posting the entries to Central Finance, and that will be replicated to the universal journal entry table. So there will be one single source of truth where you can derive the information for both the environments. Let's look at the interfaces coming to Central Finance. There are three possibilities. One is the FI and CO postings. In your legacy systems, sometimes you might have a separate FI document and a separate CO or management accounting document. However, going forward in Central Finance, it will be posted as a one single new FI document. And if any postings relevant to CO will automatically be updated in the same document. There could be repostings within the CO module in your legacy systems, for example the allocation cycles or any movement from one cost center to another cost center of manual repostings and so on. All this will be loaded as a separate CO document in the ACDOCA table. And unlike the earlier posting, these CO postings will not have a financial entry, so it will only be recorded within as a CO postings in ACDOCA. Replicating certain cost objects, the production orders, internal orders, or any other CO related orders or CO related cost objects will be coming through to ACDOCA. So any movements within these CO objects, any value changes or any different revaluations or any other changes related to the CO cost objects will come through to the ACDOCA table. Again, these two postings will not have any financial entry or financial impact in the ACDOCA table. Going forward in SAP Simple Finance, there won't be single cost element postings. All the cost elements will be coming as general ledger accounts. We'll be covering that in our upcoming presentations called GL accounts and cost elements, where the concept of cost elements will be taken out from Simple Finance. All cost elements will be created as GL accounts. Just to put this into a picture of what we discussed earlier, so you will have SAP environment as well as non-SAP environment. There are three types of interface postings: the FICO postings, the CO postings, and any changes within the CO objects. This will all be replicated to the Central Finance accounting interface, and from here all will be posted to the universal journal entry table, which is also called the ACDOCA table, and this all resides within the SAP HANA environment running SAP Simple Finance. The sender data details coming from the external system to Central Finance will be captured in the document header in SAP Simple Finance. Just like the BKPF document header table, you will get the sender's log system. That means what's the information system they are using, the company code details in the sender side, the document number, as well as a fiscal year from the sender's environment. All these will be at the bottom of the document header. Usually at the top of the document header, you get the actual SAP company code, document number, fiscal year, and so on. plus you get all the user details, entry date, posting date, document date, and at the bottom you'll get all the senders details. So there will always be a tracking as well as analysis to find out where all this information coming to central finance originated from. With the central finance implementation, you don't have to bring all your external systems into SAP at once. You can bring them one at a time in a staggered approach. This helps when you're having a large implementation and you have many external systems, so you do not have to do a big bang approach of bringing everything onto SAP at one particular go live date. You can have a specific rollout dates to bring different systems into the SAP environment. This reduces risks as well as cost, and you can also allocate more resources more efficiently. Important thing is to ensure that once the entries are posted to central finance, it does not go back from central finance and post to your legacy systems. Another best practice is to move your existing finance users from the legacy system to central finance, which means the SAP environment, so they can get all the financial data from one single source system rather than going back to different legacy systems. So central finance is not a mandatory component, it's an optional component, especially if you're going to do a large SAP implementation and you have a roadmap to move to SAP Simple Finance. So you do not have to bring all the systems at once. You can use a central finance component to have a staggered approach where you can step by step migrate your legacy systems onto SAP.